Hi, I'm Ian, and this is Novel Notions, a simple book review show by yours truly, because I just want to talk about books. The idea behind Novel Notions is for it to be supplementary to Spicy Book Club. I don't necessarily get to talk about the books all that much. The whole point of Some Damn Channel is that I have interests and hobbies that I don't get to talk about. And everything that we've produced, both Jared and I, revolve around, well, those topics. And with doing that, I feel like I rush through and just give like a nice yes, no, with sacrificing the quality of that conversation simply for, novelty. Spicy Book Club is sort of a gimmicky sort of novel take on the book review. But I want to also have a regular book review. I don't feel like I've really gotten to talk or express my true feelings on some of these books. So that's where Novel Notions comes from. I simply just want to talk about whatever book I want to talk about this month. And this month, we're talking about Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Book 2, The Sea of Monsters. This series follows a young boy who goes by the name Percy Jackson. Doesn't go by, it's his name. And I've already done number 1, so I don't want to go too far into this. How would I start this off? So this book starts out with Percy, Annabeth, both of them trying to see. I'm already messing this up. It's real hard to not sound like a dunce while I'm recording this. Okay. In this book, Percy and Annabeth, along with Percy's new friend Tyson, have to go and retrieve the Golden Fleece to cure Thalia's tree, which protects all of Camp Half-Blood from monsters, and it's the energy, it's the vibe, right? This sets them off onto an adventure, which goes into the Sea of Monsters, which you probably didn't guess it. That's in the Bermuda Triangle, because that does make sense. Why not? What do I think about Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters? I think that this book just further cements why I believe every kid should be reading this series. This is a great series for a child. It is quite imaginative. I'm a Harry Potter kid, so I kind of missed the bus when it came to Percy Jackson. I'm vicariously experiencing this story through my nephew, Sebastian. I bought him the books. We're reading through all of them. And I just can't help but feel good that he's reading them. I just think it's a good book for your kids. That's what I think it is. I think it's a good book for all kids because, again, the fiction is digestible, right? Like the fantasy isn't hard to grasp, right? The fact that the Bermuda Triangle is the Sea of Monsters, or where the Sea of Monsters is located, is clever, right? Because kids probably learn about the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is this plotted, like this section of the sea that no one knows about, or not no one knows about. It's mysterious, right? We don't know everything about it, right? Like all of a sudden, because of like, I don't even know, man. Maybe I should have looked up Bermuda Triangle stuff before I started shooting this. Or what I'm getting at, I'm really bad at this stuff, okay? Taking something that we already don't understand in the real world, right? And then applying fantasy to it and using it in a fantasy story, like the Sea of Monsters is located in the Bermuda Triangle, I think is so sort of whimsical. It's like the right flavor of fantasy. This is like one of the perfect examples of just things you know, but are unexplained, and then explaining them within the confines of fantasy. And I think that goes a long way when you're younger, and it helps build your imagination. So that's why I think it's so good that my nephew is reading them. Now, the one thing I really took away from this, and I really appreciated this for this book, was there's a theme of, belonging and family. And man, maybe it's because I'm in my girl dad era, but like that hits hard. This revolves mostly around a new friend, and really a new brother of Percy. Percy finds out that he has a brother named Tyson who is a Cyclops. And the overarching theme with this is because Tyson is not well liked by pretty much anyone that's not Percy. Percy, and even then, Percy sort of feels a little weird about him being his brother. It brings up conflict for Percy about, Tyson, like what his relationship with Tyson should be like, or if he should like Tyson, because Tyson, Cyclops are known to be hostile creatures of this fictional fantasy world, right? Of Olympus, I guess. Not really Olympus, but you get what I'm saying. Actually, to that point, Polyphemus is one of the main antagonists of this story, right? I would say the main, but we still have Luke in there. But Tyson, so that's the thing. Tyson has a sort of a prejudice against him for being a Cyclops. And people are not nice to him, like, a lot of the time. Like, it was kind of like, they're not like outright bullying him, but like, I actually noticed in one part, because I have an older copy, I bought like a ebook trilogy to save some money on my part. But like in my edition, it's not as new as or current as my Sebastian, my nephew's. And there's a part where like someone's talking about Tyson, and they bring up that they call him a retard, and they're just like they bring it up, and like I was reading that, and then Sebastian was like, "What do you mean?" And they actually changed what it was. So good on them. But they're mean to Tyson. And you go through the entire book with like Tyson getting kind of like, metaphorically or figuratively, you go through this book with Tyson sort of figuratively being punched down on verbally by everybody. And, it comes to an end. And once the story finishes up, there's also a part where a lot happens. Okay, but this ends with Percy deeply caring for Tyson. There's a part where Tyson might be dead, and Tyson, he's alive, right? Like, he comes back. He's not dead. We get some plot armor in there. He comes back. However, it makes Percy realize that people, like, again, sense of family and belonging is kind of what I was taking away from it. And how he should like and accept people for who they are, and how, bro, Tyson's story. So you find out at the end, we'll just get to that part. Tyson, at the end of this, he goes off and admits to Percy that he was in a really bad spot coming up. Right, like he was in this story. He was living on the street, looked like a bum, had no friends, and he was just really lonely. And so he asked Poseidon, his father, right? They're half brothers. Asked him for a friend. That was it. He just wanted a friend. And Percy, and in that he was given or gifted a membership or a scholarship to this prestigious school. It was like this program they were having, and he said that like they're pretty much taking like kids off the street and giving them like a tax write-off, right? That's what I'm getting at. So they go and take Tyson to this school, which Percy is now attending because Percy has a school problem, right? So he hops between all the schools. He saves Percy, and again, he goes through this whole book, kind of catching a lot of like flack and being made fun of by everyone. They're scared of him, notably Annabeth, which Annabeth kind of it doesn't come to a head, but she grows as a character from that. She goes on to not be afraid of Cyclopses because of the Thalia and Luke incident. She sort of accepts Tyson and realizes that not every Cyclops is going to be a true monster. And Tyson just admits to Percy that like all he wanted was a friend, and that he got so much more than that. He actually had a brother, and how he went on this adventure, and like none of the stuff that he was like, all of him like being made fun of, and it was really sweet. I'm kind of tearing up, honestly, like thinking about it. Like it was a really sweet moment. And that's what you want your kids reading too, right? Like that's what like you want the youth, like younger like kids being exposed to, are like stories with like these very wholesome, just very beneficial, right? Like we should accept people, right? Like we should be friends with people. We shouldn't judge people. We should try to all be friends, right? And that's what it's about. That Tyson wasn't even mad, bro. That's like the biggest thing I take away from it. I mean, I think it's a perfectly serviceable and fun, epic fantasy adventure. I think that when you're older, though, these books don't hit quite the same as something like The Wheel of Time. But that's fine. I'm reading this with my nephew, so I would recommend I would recommend reading this with read it with a child in your life, whether that's like your offspring, whether that's like a niece nephew type, something like that. Read it. Honestly, just read more. I don't even care if you're gonna read just this, but like just read more. Yeah. All right. So I want this to be like a book club vibe. That has been the goal of Even Spicy Book Club. I'm reading a couple of books right now. I need to stop juggling so many, but I'm trying to play the catch-up game. I think the one I will bring up next is we're just gonna go with The Warded Man. So right now, we're gonna talk about The Warded Man by who is it by? Brett P. I have it in physical. Okay, yeah, Peter V. Brett. So the next book we will be talking about is The Warded Man by Peter V. Brett. I should be able to have that done by next month for sure. But like I said, I'm also reading Decision at Thunder Rift it's a Battletech novel following the Grey Death Legion of Battletech. Battletech is so good. By the way, I just need to like come in here and say that. Like if you're not playing Battletech or you're not reading Battletech, you're sleeping on Battletech, and you shouldn't be sleeping on Battletech at all. It's such a good just universe IP, like media, right? We should be appreciating it more. But I'm reading that, but I'm not going to subject you to it. But I do recommend it. I'm pretty much done with book one. You should still read it, 100%. A lot of fun. But the Warded Man, I think is a little more appropriate for the vibe I'm going for lately. So we'll go with that for next. What's on deck after that? Bro, we're going to do it just because like I own it. Yeah. We're going to read Fourth Wing. I feel like I owe it to, just because Spicy Book Club was supposed to be like ha ha ha, Spicy Book Club. It's like adult fiction, but like, no, it's actually me eating spicy wings, which is totally fine. I think it's a great idea still. But I do own Fourth Wing because I bought it to see what it's about. That's what you have going forward. So if you want to keep up with me right now, you can read The Warded Man, and we'll talk about that next month. If you just want a good recommendation and you want to talk about Battletech, read Decision at Thunder Rift. I actually think you can get the PDF I think you can get the EPUB or PDF from Catalyst Game Labs for free. So that one's an easy one. It might be $10 though. I don't know. Maybe. And Fourth Wing is going to be coming up after. That's going to be March's book. So be ready for that, man. I think it'll be fine. I got like halfway through it and stopped, but I need to like. I'm just gonna do it again, bro. Like we're gonna run it back. I'm done buying books and not reading them. Just like I'm done buying video games and not playing them, dog. That's what 2025 and on is about me playing the things I spent money on, or enjoying things I spent money on, rather. Right? That's what we're here. We're getting rid of backlogs. Okay. Like, comment, subscribe as usual. Like, let me know what you think about the Percy Jackson series. Do not spoil the Riordan Man for me. I'm about halfway through it already. Do not spoil it. Spoilers are not cool on books that we're talking about in the future, right? Like that. We are not talking about the Riordan Man right now. We're talking about that in March. That's it. Yeah. March is going to be the Riordan Man. February is Percy Jackson. So yeah, March is the Riordan Man. Fourth Wing is going to be April. Okay. So do not talk about those books in the comments until we talk. Keep them to their videos. Let people experience them. Let me know what you think about this. Also, like, do you like this more more casual? Just you and I talking about books. I like it a little bit more because I want to have an actual conversation about the things I'm reading and enjoying. I hope you do too, but just let me know. Yeah. Also, watch Late to the Game, watch some damn movies, watch some damn Sunday. I appreciate y'all. Bye.